How the Dutch created the Netherlands. G'day guys, how's it going? My name is AussieTash. This particular video was suggested to me by one of my members on Discord. Guys, thank you so much. I asked you to reach out and join me on Discord and you delivered. Thanks so much. Having such a great time chatting to you all on Discord. Really looking forward to getting into this video, so let's do it. How the Dutch created the Netherlands. Let's roll.
The saying goes that God created the earth, but the Dutch created the Netherlands. In this video, I'm going to show you how. Today, in 2021, the Netherlands looks like this, but in 1300, it looked like this.
What?
Today, about half of the Netherlands is reclaimed land. The inhabitants of this land that is today modern-day Netherlands have been reclaiming land since at least the 14th century. Some of it was reclaimed by draining lakes, but most of it was acquired by taking it back from the sea.
Taking it back from the sea.
It's taken generations of engineers, many failures, and at least 600 years worth of experimentation for the country to finally be winning its war against the sea. The country sits on the coast of the North Sea and is extremely low in elevation, the lowest country in Europe. The Netherlands doesn't even have a single mountain. Its tallest point stands at just over 1,000 feet.
That's crazy,
The name
man.
Netherlands itself literally means lowland in Dutch. Today, 26% of the country sits below sea level, and only about half of the country sits more than 1 meter above sea level. The country also lies along the delta of several major European rivers. Combined, these physical characteristics have made the Netherlands into one of the most flood-prone countries in the world.
My gosh.
Some of these floods resulted in tens of thousands of deaths. One flood in 1530, known as St. Felix's Flood, killed over 100,000 people.
100,000 people.
These floods, combined with wind, caused the Netherlands coastline to change constantly, and at times quite dramatically. St. Felix's Flood washed 18 villages into the sea, leaving one city stranded on an island before that too was eventually abandoned due to flooding in the following years.
That's insane,
But the Dutch fought back. They built dikes to protect the land from being lost, and they took it a step further and built what are called polders. Polders are a piece of reclaimed land from the sea or river.
Okay.
They're created by first building dikes around a wetland. Water is then pumped out of the center. Historically, this was done with windmills. Today, this is done with electric pumps. Reeds are then sown.
Cool, man.
Today, this is done by aircraft. This helps the soil form. After 3 years, reeds are burnt and the ash is used as fertilizer for the soil. After a period of up to 15 years, the polder is ready for growing crops, building houses, and constructing roads. These polders are continually maintained to keep from becoming waterlogged from ground and rainwater. Water is pumped out into canals or drained off through side gates.
Man, you guys really are in a constant battle with the sea there, eh? I find this so fascinating. And you guys have been fighting the war against the sea for what, 500-600 years? That's absolutely insane. It's crazy, but so cool, man. To think, I can't believe you don't have any mountains at all. You are flat as a tack. I don't know if you guys know that saying, but flat as a tack. You have no mountains. It just blows my mind to think about that. Absolutely blows my mind. There is some really cool stuff happening here. I'm so fascinated by this. Let's keep on going.
All of this draining causes these polders to sink further below sea level. Much of the Netherlands is covered in peat. When the peat is dehydrated, it exposes the peat to oxygen from the air, which causes it to decompose. From 1200 to 1900 AD, the Dutch reclaimed a total of 1,285,000 acres from lakes and the sea.
That's a lot of acres, man.
But lost 1,400,000 acres of land to the Zuiderzee, a shallow bay of the North Sea.
My gosh.
Over the next 100 years, the battle between the Dutch and the sea continued, but the Dutch would finally come out ahead by the end of the 20th century. But again, this wasn't without more hardship.
Wow.
In January of 1916, a winter storm broke dikes in several places along the Zuiderzee. At the same time, there was a food shortage due to World War I. This was enough for full public and government support to start what is known as the Zuiderzee Works. This project had 3 goals. 1. Protect the central Netherlands from the effects of the North Sea.
Okay.
2. Improve water management by creating a freshwater lake from the former uncontrolled saltwater inlet. And 3. Increase the Dutch food supply by development and cultivation of new agricultural land.
Alright.
The first 2 goals were accomplished with dikes, Planned polders which sit below sea level would not survive without them. The first dike was built here and completed in 1924. The second and largest here. 10,000 workers created this 32-kilometer long and 90-meter wide dike. It rises to 7.25 meters above sea level with an incline of 25% on each side.
How long is it? Oh my gosh. I find this so fascinating. Oh my gosh. You guys are like in a constant battle with the sea every single day. The ingenuity, man, to think way, way, way back in the day to build all this sort of stuff just blows my mind, eh? It's crazy, but so cool. You guys won the battle. Well, you're still winning the battle to this day with the sea, and that is really, really cool. Very, very fascinating. I'm not up with all, engineering and stuff like that. I do apologize. I do find this fascinating. It's really, really cool.
It was completed in 1932. Fresh river water continued to flow, and soon flushed out the salt water, creating the freshwater lake. Today, this freshwater lake functions as a large reservoir, serving as a source for both agriculture and drinking water.
Okay.
This altered environment has had an impact upon the fish and plant ecosystems. The original fishing for herring, anchovies, and flounder has been replaced by freshwater fisheries, chiefly for eels. The change has also been beneficial for Dutch boats, as the freshwater significantly reduces rusting of the hulls. There is also far less buildup of marine growth, so boats need far less coatings of toxic chemicals to keep the growth off.
That's cool.
A third dike was built here, which was intended for a polder that was never built. The first polder of the project was a small prototype and was finished in 1929.
Just look at it.
4 more massive polders followed suit, with the last one being completed in 1967. These 2 polders are now home to over 400,000 people and are its own province, called Flevoland, which was officially formed in 1986. Though heavily populated, these polders stick to their original purpose of being mostly used as farmland. These polders have turned this small nation into the second largest food exporter in the world.
That's
only
crazy,
sitting behind the United States. Quite impressive for being the 16th densest country in the world and the densest country in Europe.
Yeah.
But this modern engineering feat did not end the Netherlands' troubles in the southern Delta region. In 1953, another catastrophic flood hit the country. Strong winds from a storm combined with a high spring tide over the North Sea caused a storm tide. The combination of wind, high tide, and low pressure overwhelmed most sea defenses, breaching dikes and flooding land up to 18.5 feet above mean sea level.
Oh my gosh.
The flood caused widespread damage, and 1,836 people in the Netherlands were killed, most of which were in the areas that already relied on sea defenses but had failed. The flood covered 9% of Dutch farmland, an estimated 30,000 animals drowned, and 47,300 buildings were damaged, of which 10,000 were either swept away or had to be taken down from extensive damage. The total damage is estimated to have been the modern-day equivalent of $5.5 billion.
Oh, wow.
The Dutch created a new plan to prevent a flood of this severity from happening again. They called it Delta Works.
Oh, have a look at that. Oh my gosh. There's going to have to be a lot of flooding, a lot of rain to break through that puppy. Have a look at that. Oh my gosh. It just blows me away to think. I know you guys have got the war being under sea level and stuff like that. I wish I was more up with the whole technical jargon of it, but I'm not. I apologize. I just find it really fascinating. And I love that you guys have just fought the battle and you just keep on going.
While the Zuiderzee Works was largely for land reclamation, the Delta Plan's purpose was largely defensive. Together, these 2 works are one of the 7 wonders of the modern world.
That's cool.
This project would be a series of dams, dikes, and storm surge barriers located throughout the Delta region. It is designed to withstand a once-in-10,000-year storm event.
Yeah, ain't nothing getting through that puppy.
The original purpose was actually for barriers strong enough to withstand a 1-in-125,000-year storm event, but its costs were deemed unrealistic to build and maintain. The most difficult to build and most expensive section of the Delta Works is a 9-kilometer-long dam with a man-made island in the middle. It's based on 65 concrete pillars with 62 steel doors, each 42 meters wide. This dam took more than a decade to complete. One of the most impressive parts of the Delta Works is an opening and closing storm surge barrier located on a ship canal in South Holland Province. It has two 210-meter long barrier gates with two 237-meter long steel trusses holding them. When closed, the barrier will protect the entire width of the canal. It is expected to be closed once every 10 years, but due to sea levels rising, closures will likely occur more frequently.
Okay.
The entire Delta Works project took over 40 years to complete, finishing in 1997.
Oh my
Hypothetically,
gosh.
if all of the dikes in the Netherlands failed, it would look like this.
Okay, this is cool.
This would include the flooding of Netherlands' capital city, Amsterdam, which is home to over 800,000 people, and altogether 1.5 million people in the surrounding urban area.
Now, Amsterdam, I'm yet to watch a video on it, but it's built on pillars as well, isn't it? I'm really looking forward to learning about how Amsterdam was built. This is just so fascinating. 40 years to build that dike and that bridge and that man-made island and all those cool things to stop the water from coming in and reclaiming the land. Super cool. The ingenuity is just absolutely insane.
When Amsterdam was founded around the 12th and 13th centuries, it was located in swampy and unstable land around the Amstel River, so structures could not be built without the risk of them sinking. The residents solved this issue by inserting wooden piles into the ground. Canals were then dug between the structures for transportation and water management. Today, these canals are a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
There's canals everywhere.
So what does the future hold for the Netherlands? Will the Netherlands continue to win its battle against the sea? And will they continue to engineer and create their own landscape?
And sea levels rising?
Well, in 2016, the creation process began to construct the Marker Wadden, a group of islands designed to establish nature reserves as a replacement to the never-built polder. However, no human occupation is planned for this polder.
Okay.
In 2011, a Dutch journalist jokingly wrote that the Netherlands should build a mountain so its winter sports competitors don't have to train in another country. But that wasn't something to joke about to the Dutch population.
Oh my gosh, they're building a mountain!
But it was estimated to cost $7 trillion.
$7 trillion.
And the mountain's weight would sink the surrounding area.
Oh yeah, that's probably true.
On a more serious note, sea levels are expected to rise due to climate change.
They are.
And will eventually be more than what the current dikes in the country were built to handle. To solve this problem, a Dutch scientist has proposed constructing 2 massive dams in the English Channel and the North Sea. Though this may not be a realistic solution. To fight climate change, the Dutch are raising the dikes they already have, widening rivers, giving them more room to overflow, and to a lesser extent are building floating houses. Hopefully this will be enough.
Oh my gosh, you know what? I never even thought about global warming and the effect that would have on the Netherlands, because you guys have been fighting the fight with the sea for 500-600 years. And then you've got global warming on top of that and sea levels rising. Oh my gosh, it really, really is a problem in the Netherlands, isn't it? Like, it's happening. It's happening right now. It's happening every day. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. That's crazy. And to think that you guys are fighting it now. You're one of the countries in the world that are just going, we've got to do something now, or we are going to go under. That's just how it's going to be. Wow, that's just blowing my mind. The whole mountain thing. That would have been cool, but like they said, it would be too heavy and the island would sink. So yeah, are you guys competitive in winter sports? I don't watch a lot of Winter Olympics. In Australia, you know, we do okay in, you know, some sports here and there, but Winter Olympics is not really our thing. Where do you train? Like for Winter Olympics? Do you go to Switzerland? I'm not quite too sure. Germany maybe? I don't know. But yeah, this was a really, really cool video. I'm going to follow up and find one on how Amsterdam was built. I love this video, guys. It was really cool. I wish I was more up to speed with all the engineering and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I just don't have the noggin for that. But yeah, I really enjoyed the video. If you did, please jump on, smash the like button, leave a comment, and of course remember to subscribe. That really helps me out. Cheers from down under. Take care. Bye.